Hello, my crafty friends. Tonight I have a cute and simple project for you. Actually, I'm going to be showing you three different projects, all variations on the same theme, featuring three of the 13 designer series papers that are on sale this month. They're super cute, and we're going to actually doing a little bit of design as we go. So I'm going to be asking for your help with some of the design on the third project, which I've only partially completed. So it's going to be super fun. So my name is Melissa Kerman, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 20 years. Can't believe it. I love the craft. Never get tired of it. And super excited to be here tonight sharing the project with you. So if you missed it, just in case, I'm doing a simple and cute project tonight that features three of the designer series papers that are on sale this month. So I am going to do a few quick announcements and then we'll get started. Comment and say hello. Oh, hi, Laura Lee. Hi, MJ. So glad you're here. Yeah, comment when you've joined in, and if you want to say something about how you're doing tonight or where you're from, that would be awesome. It's so fun to hear a little bit from all of you guys out there in the audience. So, all right, I'm going to face the camera down and just do a couple quick little announcements, and then we will go ahead and get started with the project. All right, so I've got designer papers all in behind. I'm going to show you which ones I'm using. But before I do that, the quick reminders. So there are 13 designer series papers that are on sale this month through the end of June. I'm only showing you three of them, but all the rest are on the Stampin' Up! Website if you want to check them out. The project that I'm featuring tonight, the primary inspiration was my Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle project for the month of June. It features the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper, which is what you see over here on the left. I'll show you that a little bit more in a second. And that tutorial bundle is something that my team members get for free, and that customers get for free as well with any size order. So if you like the Zoo Crew suite, now's a good time to place an order of, like I said, any size, and you'll get that tutorial bundle or join my team, of course. That's another great opportunity. There's also a starter kit special going on right now. And let's see. Oh no, I say available through June 10th. I've got that wrong. That's through June 30th. Let's cross that out right now. I don't know what I was thinking there. Got that date wrong. So that's through the 30th of June. The starter kit deal is a great opportunity if you want to get a great deal in the catalog. Every time you place an order, you'll get a 20% discount on all your future orders if you do join Stampin' Up. But the starter kit right now is you get $155 in product for just $99. So that's amazing. You get to pick the $155 in product too. You get a free paper pumpkin kit, free shipping, and lots of other goodies and great benefits from me as well. So next up, the Summer Makers Mojo Creative Escape is coming up July 27th and 28th. It's an amazing online event with 10 presentations, 10 PDF tutorials and videos. You can watch live or watch the replay. There are 5 awesome presenters that share projects, and each presentation includes multiple project variations. So super fun. Hi, Bonnie. So good to see you here. Yes, I am feeling better. Thank you for mentioning that. I am all over my COVID. I had COVID for, I don't know, it was a week and a half or so, but all the symptoms are gone except for a little lingering cough, but I'm mostly better. So thank you for mentioning that. Okay, let's see what else. So if you join my team, if you buy the circuit, you get the great deal. You get Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle every month, and you get the July Makers Mojo Creative Escape for free. All new team members get their first Makers Mojo Creative Escape event for free, and you get the opportunity to earn it every quarter for free as well if you meet certain criteria. Okay, last up, there's a new paper pumpkin kit. It's a beach themed kit with accordion cards, so fun fold cards in the kit. So that looks like a really fun kit. So those are the highlights of what's going on now in the Stampin' Up! World and in my Melissa's Crafting Treehouse world. All right, so let's take a quick look at what we're doing tonight. So these are the designer series papers that are the Zoo Crew suite. And it comes with a stamp set and dies if you want it as well. It's a black and white color scheme on one side, and then these cute little animals on the other. I think my favorite one is this little, I don't even know what kind of animal that is, but it looks like it's doing yoga, and I am a yoga fan, so there you go. um, and lots of other cute little animal shapes, and there are dies that coordinate with the shapes. And then here's the back side. So just a quick look at that. I'm missing some of the patterns in there. They're covered up in the things I've used. So there you go. Anyway, that's Zoo Crew paper. And I'm going to show you this other one. We're also going to be doing a version that features this Let's Go Fishing paper, as I like to call it, the Man Suite. And so I've made a version of my card with that as well. So I love that paper also. It's a really nice paper. And then the one I'm actually going to be making, I'm going to ask you guys for your help with some design, because I haven't made all my decisions in what it's going to look like. So anyway, let me show you the actual original design here. So this is my Simple Sweet Stampers Tutorial Bundle card. It's actually fairly simple. I'm using the new Nested Essentials dies right here. Two of the dies are missing because I'm using the two largest of this set of dies for this project. And I'm also using the basic borders dies. I've brought in this little edge piece here. And that's kind of it. I've got some ribbon up here at the top. You can see the shape down at the bottom. So this is a pretty quick and easy project. On this particular version, I've used Wink of Stella to color my little bunny, and some little iridescent pearls as well to embellish it. So that's project number one. Now, what we're going to do for the one we're going to make tonight, and you're going to hopefully help me create, is we're going to be using this Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper. I love this paper, and this will be the first project I've created with it. It's got 24 patterns, very colorful and pretty. So we're going to be doing a version with that paper. And the stamp set that goes with that suite is called Inked and Tiled, and it has two punches that go with it. And they are somewhere not within reach, but this is a great set. I actually used these images in my project last week. I love the set. All right, so here's how we're going to start this. So I've got a piece of the Designer Series paper from that set, and I'm using this pattern for my outside. I've die cut the largest of that six-sided shape from this piece of Designer Series paper. This piece measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's a full, well, what would be a quarter sheet of cardstock. And then I've got a piece of Pool Party cardstock that I've die cut the second largest of the two shapes out of. And I'm going to not be using that inside piece, just the outside frame. And the pieces are going to go like that. So you can see that's how I've created my little window. And I think it's really pretty, just simple. All right, I've got a white card base, just a simple 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 piece of for a card base. And let's start with doing some attaching. So I've got my Designer Series paper panel here. That's going to be my focal piece. That's going to be in my window. I look like I've frozen. Okay, now I've come back. All right, so I'm going to decide how I want this to appear in the window. I've got some extra room, so I can move it up and down if I want to. And so the designer paper piece is just going to go on the front of the card body. And I have adhesive on the back side. Did a little step for myself there. And I think it's probably going to be good just to have it right in the center, but I'm just going to put it on this and center it and see how I feel about the exact center. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, a sloth. There you go. Thank you, MJ. Thank you for letting me know the name of that animal. It reminds me of some kids show way back when my kids were little. I'm trying to remember what the name of the show is. There were sloths in it. All right, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and attach these two pieces. And I'm just going to put my adhesive over here. And I don't want the adhesive to show through, so I'm going to put it, let's see. I'm I'm going to put my adhesive on my designer paper panel. This is a brand new adhesive, so I'm getting it started here. Bringing in my silicone craft mat, which helps me bring the adhesive forward when it isn't right there at the front. Okay, and I just realized I'm doing the back side, so I'm going to attach it to the card body. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, and I just ripped that piece. Okay, so here, the adhesive is so strong that I just ripped that piece, you see? All right, so now we get to fix my boo-boo. Okay, let's be a little bit more careful in how I'm handling this. All right. So we're going to try to fix that so it doesn't show by, I'm going to start by attaching this to the front of the card. It's going to fill up the whole front. Should go all the way top to bottom. And then I'm going to see if I can overlap that part that I tore so that it doesn't show. Let's bring that down there. I think that's going to work just fine. Ooh, would you even know if I didn't tell you that it was torn right there? Right over there. So we're good there. And now, look what I did. Oh my gosh, I'm really messing this up. This was supposed to go down below first. I knew I... Lordy, Lordy. Sometimes the brain just doesn't work all the way. Okay, let's see if I can do this without tearing it. I was supposed to put down the other piece first. I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe I am still sick. In the Makers Mojo events, the people who attend, they say they like it when we make mistakes. So here you go. Made a mistake. Not thinking as I do this. I'm too occupied with my first mistake, which was tearing the paper. Okay, jeez. Yeah, I've been a crafter for 20 years. And you still make mistakes, no matter how long you do it. Okay, I'm trying to do this very carefully so I don't tear it again. Okay, let's do this now. This is what I was supposed to do. This is the under layer. I am just cracking myself up here. And now the paper is sticking in my hands, so I've got to be really careful about how I handle it. So I want an even edge, that inside layer. This was supposed to be really simple. I'm making it complicated. Okay. You guys laughing at me out there? You should be. Hi, Mary Beth. I got your text. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Let's see. And I'm being very careful about this because I do want an even edge on that inside pool party layer. And I love my silicone craft mat because it's not going to be exactly perfectly even, but it's close enough because I don't dare move this thing again. Okay. So it's not exactly even, but I think I did it. I did it well enough. I'm so relieved. Okay. All right. Now, let's get back on track here. So now this is going to go here. Now, on one of my versions, I actually had it popped up. So there was a little bit of recess in there. I may decide to do that on this one, but let's just lay it down here for now. And you guys can chime in and let me know. Should it be flat like that, like the original card? Or should I pop it up? That's decision number one. You guys can vote. See what you tell me what you think. Okay, so there's that. Now I have a couple of other choices of how I'm going to embellish this. So on this card, I did a ribbon at the top and I did this zigzag at the bottom. So I have pre-cut some different colors of my zigzags. Why not use glue instead? Yeah, in this case, it would have been a whole lot easier since since it was not wanting to pick up. But I didn't know I was going to make the mistake, right? Just thankful it's me and not you. There you go. Okay, so I've got a couple of color options here. I'm just going to lay them down. So this one is Petal Pink. And, I could mix it up and do one color on the top, one at the bottom. I was kind of thinking I'd do the same color, both the top and the bottom, but we'll see what we think of this. So there's the Petal Pink edge. Let's see. Oh, Lisa, you like it popped up? Hi, Lisa, by the way. Thanks for commenting. So there's Petal Pink. Now I also have a couple of options for my sentiment. And I used a sentiment from the Inked and Tiled set. I actually did one thank you in Lost Lagoon, which is one of the colors in the paper. And the other one is Happy Birthday. I'm going to actually put these together and then we can actually see more. Because what we use on the bottom edge it's gonna matter relative to the sentiment, right? So we want all the colors to go together and be the right balance of colors. So that's kind of what I'm looking for as I pull this design together. So there's my Happy Birthday. And let's do thank you on the Lost Lagoon. Okay, so I need to show you some other edges. So we got our Petal Pink. I could do this Happy Birthday on the edge. Now on this one, I didn't do a sentiment, so I don't even necessarily have to do a sentiment. So looking for you guys' opinion here, design opinion. So sentiment, or the sentiment go in the middle. It's kind of small to go in the middle. So that's one idea. Let's see what else. And then I've got these are all the colors that are in the paper. So this one is Crushed Curry, which is also there in the paper. And then I would probably do that. So we got Petal Pink and Calypso Coral for the sentiment, or Crushed Curry and Lost Lagoon. And then my last option is the Pool Party, probably the most subtle of the options because it goes with the inside layer and then the sentiment. Chime in and let me know what you think. Which one? I think I know how I'm leaning, but we could also do that. Okay, so tell me this, sentiment or no sentiment? Vote and let me know. Give you guys a second. Anybody else love this paper also? You like the Pool Party, Bonnie? Yes, Laura Lee, Pool Party. Okay. We have one vote for Popped Up. And you like the sentiment, Laura Lee? Okay. Good to know. How about the Lost Lagoon sentiment with the Pool Party? Thank you guys helping me design here. It's kind of fun to do that together. All right, we're going to go with the Pool Party. Probably going to have to trim it off the edge just a little bit. And then we'll go figure out the sentiment and if we want it popped up or not. I made this nice and long so I could decide if I want it centered. I think I'll go ahead and center it on there. Okay, I'm getting a little cramp in my finger. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like this finger right here, it's just like not wanting to work. It like hurts. It's the strangest thing and it comes on for no obvious reason. You like the Pool Party and popping up? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Janice. I see you. Thanks for commenting here. You like the Lost Lagoon sentiment. Me too. I like that one too. I had a feeling that's the direction I was going to go, but you just never know once you lay it all out there, Okay, so we got our little zigzag edge there. Let's get it up towards the top. So to create these little zigzag edges, I just took a piece of cardstock that was 5/8 inch wide and literally just cut it in half with that with this die because it cuts it on both sides at the same time. So that's pretty cool. I got 2 pieces out of the one with only 1 cut. So that was pretty convenient. All right, I'm going to move these other pieces off to the side. Okay. And then I just need to snip off my ends. Where's my scissors? I like to turn it over and put my scissors up against the edge. And that way it makes sure that I get a nice straight cut along the edge. Okay. That one is sliding off. So I put some white glue on the back side of these pool party strips. Notice I didn't have to put adhesive on. So I did that ahead of time just so that it would be easy to put them on since they're narrow little strips. All right. So now let's go ahead and pop it up. I think I really like it popped up. So we'll grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to use the edge of my dimensional strip. I always end up with these leftover pieces, and I love it when I can just put the whole darn thing on. Makes it super quick. And I get some really good uniform, shall we say, popped upness. Let's see. All right, so we got that in there. You can see my piece of pool party in behind is not exactly square in there. I was just trying to, it doesn't have to be. It's mostly even. But I'd probably be messing with it if I weren't on camera. I'm not messing with it now. I messed with that enough. Okay. And I've got a nice thin edge here on this piece. And I'm going to use some of that along here because it will be thinner and I'll have to worry less about it showing. Let's see if that one's a little too long. So right there. So I love making designs where you can remake it in so many different ways and have some great variation without a whole lot of additional extra effort. So that means that you could go into your stash of other designer papers you have and easily remake this, just like I've easily remade this one into what our final version is going to be. And then again, I have a third version to show you. So I'll get to that in just a second. I know I'm crazy with putting a lot of dimensionals on. I think the more I've done this, the more dimensionals I've used. When I used to make cards, I would put 1 in each corner and that would suffice. And now I'm obsessed with making sure the whole thing stays popped up. Is anybody else like that? Do you use like a ton of dimensionals or am I the only one? Okay. Comment and let me know. I really just want to know I'm not the only crazy one. Okay, let's see. It's hard to do this not being able to get right over the top. I want to make sure it goes all the way up to the fold line. Covers the whole thing. Ooh, I like it popped up. Now I just suddenly got worried that my flowers were upside down, but I don't think they're upside down, thank goodness. So I really like that popped up look. It looks really cool. Okay, and then we're just gonna put our sentiment in here. I think off to the right. And I think I'm gonna need something else to balance it out. So let's grab some other things that I thought we might play with. So I've got 2 ribbons here. One is the Lost Lagoon. I haven't used this ribbon yet, and it's really pretty textured ribbon. And then I've got some pool party ribbons. So those are 2 things I might play with. And then I've got a couple of additional embellishments as well. So I've got the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, and then these, which are one of my new favorite embellishments. They're called loose silver sequins. There's 3 different sizes, and they're very shiny. They're not really that silvery, kind of a neutral. And I think they look really nice. So now I'm going to use some of those, but I'm thinking because I'm using the sentiment over here, I feel like I need to balance it out with something up here in the top. So I'm going to play around with doing a little bow and see if that looks right to me. You guys can chime in too and let me know what you think. Lisa, you use a lot of dimensionals as well. And Mary Beth also? Yes. Oh, good. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I remember having crafty friends who used to use a lot. Be like, really? You need to use that many? And now I'm one of those people. All right. So there's a little bow. I'm toying with that. Don't know. Let's try one in this color. I don't know that I like it so much, but the bow might just seem like too much. Who else agrees with me? Too much? MJ, you like the ribbon? Do you like the bow? Or is there something else I could do fun with the ribbon? So there's that. Or I could put it off to the side of the sentiment. Or put the sentiment in the middle. Pop it up. It's such a small sentiment to be in the middle, though. Ooh, I could do that. So many options. The ribbon is too much. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think I like that ribbon better if I'm going to do it. Here's another idea. I always like to tie it around. I think I'm kind of a boring ribbon person. But let's just see what it looks like. I might just have to go simple and just not use any ribbon, but we're going to try it anyway. I like to try a lot of different things. Yeah, that's going to look weird because I've got the thing at the top. So sometimes I can think, oh, that's going to look weird. And I do it and it's like, no, that's kind of interesting. And then other times it's like, yeah, that's weird. I think it's weird. Yes. Bonnie, I'm leaning towards the too much, like you said. Okay, you have another random idea, but I put too many dimensionals in here to be able to do that. Yes, I did. Oh well, so much for that. All right, we're going to go simpler. I just had to try. We'll do that, and maybe we'll balance things out with... Ooh, I just had another idea. What about something like, just like a simpler ribbon element? Or something like that. Is that weird? A half bow. How do you do a half bow? Oh, a half bow. Like just a single loop? Is that what you mean? I don't know. That might actually be okay. This little element right there. Doesn't really help with the balance, though. We'll say that. Okay, let's try some embellishments. We'll go that route. See what we think. That might be just what we need. So this is the Take Your Pick tool is the perfect tool for these little sequins. So I could just pick it up and hold on to it. I know that's a little out of focus. And then just place them here and about. So like I said, there's 3 different sizes of the sequins, so you can play with them and play with the placement. The funny thing is that the little ones are kind of shiny on the back side instead of on the upside instead of the small side. That might actually be all we need. A few of these. And I don't know about you guys, but I always struggle with where to place them. And I toy around with positions and I don't know about you guys, but I take a long time when I craft. I like to toil and torture. Look at different options. Kind of liking all those little sequins in there. Maybe we need one more tiny one off here in the corner. Oh, darn. I'm kind of liking that. I'll bring it up to the camera so you guys can see a little bit better. The sequins are subtle, but I kind of like it. What do you guys think? I've got one big one and then a bunch of medium and smaller ones in the mix. Now these I'm going to have to, one by one, what I do is put a little dot of glue. I'll do a few of them, but lift it up. Tiny dot of glue. The bigger ones are the easier ones to do. And then I'm just going to press that down onto it. For the big ones, the glue just sort of smooshes out and fits in behind. But for the smaller ones, it's a little trickier because if there's even the tiniest bit too much adhesive on there, it'll ooze out and you'll see it. So you kind of have to let it sit and dry for a minute before you put it on. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just, the tiny itty bitty one, I'm going to let that sit for a second. Actually, that's pretty small. A tiny little dot there, so maybe I can actually put it down. I think I can. I think I can. The little engine that could. Okay. I think I picked up a few of my sequins by accident and moved them. Okay. What do we got here? All right. I wasn't going to finish all these, but why not, right? You guys want to see the finished product. I'm barely touching the glue to the paper so that I'm just getting the tiniest bit of glue, especially for these small little sequins. Has anybody else gotten these sequins? And do you like them? I've been actually coloring them with a Blends alcohol marker. I mentioned that to somebody the other day and they're like, no way am I ever doing that. It's like, all right, that's okay. To each his own, you know, it's all good. Okay. That looks pretty good. I like it. All right. Now, you guys can't see off camera, but I just spilled my little bucket of these. They're you know, sparkled all over, spread all over now. So let's just bring them in camera because they look kind of pretty. I'll always clean that up afterwards. All right, I'm going to find them in some strange place, I'm quite sure. Okay, so now I need to put, attach this. And I think I'm just going to put it flat on there. Don't really want another element that's popped up. So we're just going to attach that right there in the corner. There we go. I like it. I especially like the sequins. I really like this paper too. So there is my finished project. So I might just have to stew on, like, is there something that needs to go up there? I always, balance on a card is really important to me. So there's a little bit of a feeling that it's off balance with this over on the lower right. And like I need something that has some weight up here. If you guys think of anything, let me know. But I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I'm going to move some of this out of the way. And then I'm going to show you the third card that I made with the Let's Go Fishing paper. And I really like how this one turned out as well. So we've got the original one, which was using the Zoo Crew. And then this one with the Inked Botanicals designer paper. And then this last one is the one with the Let's Go Fishing. So I'll bring that up to the camera. This is the one that inspired me to think about the popped up option because the fish made me think of like a fish tank. So I love how this one turned out, actually. So this is Misty Moonlight, and this one as well. And this is just some of the paper from the pack, and I've used some iridescent rhinestones. If you can see them on there, maybe they're sparkling a little bit. But I love how all three of these turned out. So I hope you guys are inspired to pull out some other designer series papers. I was thinking the daisy paper would be lovely with this. It's nice if the paper has sort of a scene to it. Not all papers have that. And without, if it's got a seam, then it sort of carries it. But if not, then you might feel like you need something else to, beef up the focal piece. But anyway, there you go. That's my project for tonight. I hope you like it. I hope you're inspired to make your own. And of course, again, all three of these papers are part of the 15% off sale this month. So I'm just bringing me in here for a second. I'm big. Hello. So yeah, let me know what you think. Lisa, you like them? I'm so glad. Let's see, maybe a die cut that matches the inside designer series paper. Yes. So for this one, of course, this bundle only comes with punches. And the punches, well, one of them is this shape, and the other one is like a cross. I guess I should switch it back so you guys can see that shape. So this is one of the punch shapes, and the other one, like I said, is a cross. So couldn't really figure out a good thing that went with this, and it didn't really go with that border. But yeah, like I was thinking a flower, like a die cut flower off to the side would be good, but you'd have to be fussy cutting it with that designer series paper. So anyway, always lots of different possibilities and fun, right? All right. So yeah, check out the designer series paper sale if you haven't already. I'm glad you like the cards, Mary Beth. Yay, always makes me happy. Now, I did also think that another option would have been if I could get myself to cover up the designer paper, I could have used this small die, the smallest of the set, and done a sentiment, like a long, thin sentiment in there. And that would have been a nice option as well. With maybe one of the designer papers that's more busy, you could do a long sentiment in there, and then you'd have a really nice alternative variation on the theme. So yes, another idea. All right, I'm just going to bring in my notes here again. So just the reminders, obviously the 15% off sale. If you are interested in the starter kit, getting $155 in product for $99. You can also get the designer paper on sale as part of your kit, which is pretty cool. So stack those benefits. And again, this is the Zoo Crew project was my Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle project. The set of just 12 projects are super cute, and they're generally pretty simple cards for the Simple Sweet Stampers because each tutorial is just one page long. So the instructions have to be pretty succinct and straightforward. But that's what you'll get if you place an order with me this month and into early July. There'll be a new tutorial bundle that features the Bright and Beautiful suite that comes out in July. So it's like the second week in July approximately. And then the Maker's Mojo Creative Escapes coming up in 6 weeks, so sign up soon. The Facebook group goes live about 2.5 to 3 weeks ahead of time, and we start play along posts and prize drawings in the group at about 2 weeks before the event. So it's good to sign up early and get into the group as early as possible. And don't forget the new paper pumpkin kit, the beach themed kit, available actually through July 10th. And that's where that Miss Boo Boo came in. So that kit's available through July 10th. And make sure to share, tag, follow, and like here on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you're watching, whether you're watching live or the replay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am planning to go live next Thursday as well with another project. And the blog post for tonight's projects will be on my blog on Saturday. And I'll also have a PDF tutorial for those of you that are newsletter subscribers in next week's newsletter that will give you all the details, the products I use and the dimensions and all that stuff for these projects in case you're interested. So yeah, if you're a newsletter subscriber, you get free PDF tutorials whenever I create them for the projects that I share here on Facebook and YouTube. So a nice little perk of being a newsletter subscriber. I'm glad you like the cards, Laura Lee. Let's see, you like the sentiment on the 6-sided die. Yes, in the middle of flowers. Yes, finding just the right sentiment. Of course, these ones I wanted to use for this one, the sentiments in the inked and tiled, since it coordinated with the paper. And none of those are long, thin sentiments, but you know, I'm sure I could find them somewhere else in my collection, or you could. Hi, Janine. So good to see you here. Just noticed your name And thanks for commenting. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next Thursday for more paper crafting fun. Thanks again for joining in. Happy crafting.